Death Rider himself, Neil Turbin. How you doing today?
Hey, Francisco, great to be here, man.
Cheers to you.
Salute to Ronnie James Dio. It's BOWL for Ronnie.
BOWL for Ronnie 2023, brought together by Wendy James Dio, supporting a great cause.
Stand Up and Shout Cancer
Stand
Fund.
Up and Shout. Always detect early. That's what we're trying to tell everybody here. First time that you heard like Ronnie James Dio's music, like how did it impact you?
Well, I got a story. The first time I heard the music, I was probably, I remember actually succinctly, and I told Ronnie about it one time when I was backstage and talking to him. So I was actually at this place where my family, there was this recreation room where there was a community kind of thing, a pool table, and they had like a speaker on the wall, and I heard this voice coming through it. And it must have been, I think it was Rainbow Man on the Silver Mountain when it came out, and I was, not in a band yet, but I was very blown away, and it definitely spoke to me. So I told him about that because it's kind of like, it wasn't on a radio. It was on the radio, but it wasn't on my radio. It was just playing, But he just had that charisma in his voice. He just had that character. And of course, it came through in his music and in his emoting.
Would you say that his singing really influenced you as a singer?
I'd say he's one of the singers that certainly had an influence. I think one of the things that's remarkable about Ronnie Dio is that, he started off singing doo-wop. And then he went through, the 50s, all the way through till, 2010 when he passed. But, he was doing the stuff the Beatles were doing. He was, Elvis time frame. He went through all that and then came out on the other side, and he was, the man on the Silver Mountain. He's a metal legend,
Well, that's good. Like, he had a lot of time to, go through these phases of music, and eventually...
he found his niche, you know what I mean?
He found his niche, it's like, I think he's got something here.
And that's cool,
Anything you want to tell the fans? Do you have anything coming up you want to promote?
Yeah, I'm working on Fistful of Metal Alive, all the songs that I've done with a band in my past, recording them and putting that out. It's coming out. It's going to be coming in 2024, I expect. We're working on it right now, so that's what's happening. And I just had a song on an album that's also got Alice Cooper, Steve Stevens, people like Jello Biafra. It's a tribute to the MC5.
Oh, nice.
And that's coming out on November 24th. I'm trying to think of Josephus and the George Jonestown Massacre. And I'm actually going to sing with them and Thor on March. I think it's March. They're playing in the Whiskey in March, so
all right.
So I'm going to sit in with Josephus, who's the support band for Thor.
Very cool, very cool. And stay tuned for news on that at KNAC.com. I'm sure we'll put the word out for you.
And it's great to be here, man. Thanks, Francisco.
Great to have you. Cheers.
Who's got his head? Bowling head.
We got Frank right here. We got Frank right here. Frankie Bell, Phil Demo.
Hey, Frankie's over here.
Yo. We got some fucking thrash, man. Some thrash legends right here. Anthrax, Violence. You guys are about to play Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday night.
Saturday night, 1720. I'm going to try and be there. Right. We also got Anthrax in the house right here. About to bust out with a new record, right?
Yeah. Just finished my bass tracks today.
Yeah, really?
Very sick. All in one day.
All one day.
I wish. One take Frankie. One take Frankie right here. And Phil, how's it going? How's everything with you as far as Violence? You guys about to play on Saturday night at Rager in Los Angeles?
It's going to be always the craziest shows down there in LA.
Yeah.
We've got a great contingent that comes out. So lots going on. Some violent stuff, some other stuff happening too. So.
Right on. And show us the skull right here. Look at this out right here. Who's that? Whose skull is that? Who did you have to decapitate with? I don't know, man. Well, this is short and long. I don't know.
It's Jimmy Hoffa, man.
Jimmy Hoffa. Oh, there he is. We found Jimmy Hoffa. There you go. So, is there any talks of a Violence Anthrax pairing show?
I would love it.
Yep,
I'm in. Obviously,
I don't think it's ever happened.
We've never played with Anthrax before. You can be the booking agent and make it happen.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, man. I'm gonna bring my contacts out there. I'll be out there. My world tour coming soon, right now. So, talk about Anthrax. What can we expect from this new album?
Heavy.
Yeah,
heavy. It's fucking heavy. We're really happy. It took us a while. It's been 8 years.
Sure.
So it's COVID, all that good stuff. So and now we're psyched. We're really psyched. We're really happy right now.
And I don't know if it's much of a secret, but you guys are here in the Valley, right? In David Grohl's studio.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's all good. When does new Anthrax coming out?
We don't know. Next year sometime. We don't know the release date and stuff. But we're pretty psyched right now.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
I'm psyched. Long time fan of you guys. I love Anthrax. Say hello to Charlie for me. high hails and horns.
Charlie was here.
Is he?
I heard
I hope we can talk to him. Drummer to drummer, man. He's a big influence on me. So, Frankie, Bill, it's a pleasure to talk to you guys. Yeah. You guys have a great show Saturday, right? The guests of honor here, Dr. Sandeep Kapoor, and of course, Wendy Dio, the reason that we're all here. Thank you so much for this amazing event, the BOWL for Ronnie 2023. You put it on every year. What was it that first kind of spurred this interest to like give back to the community?
Well, when Ronnie passed away, I wanted to make sure that I kept his music and legend alive. But I also wanted to make people aware that early detection saves lives and to raise money for research and education, which we've been doing. I have a board of 14 people that are all volunteers. Nobody gets paid. Every penny goes to research and education. And Dr. Wong from UCLA is now working on a saliva test that would be very good, especially for men who don't like the way that they have to go for a test.
I know.
So anyway, we're working on that. We first started doing it because Ronnie was very involved with TJ Martell, and he was a bowler, and he used to bowl with them every year, and he's got a couple of trophies from it. So that's why the connection with the bowling was.
Yeah, so he had a couple of trophies. He must have been like really good then.
He was really good, and really good at ping pong too.
Ping pong. Was he any good at pool?
Yeah, very good at pool. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Tell us one of the early memories. Whether it was like the first date or something that where it was at the Rainbow, or that you and Ronnie like first started to get to know each other. Do you have like some story that you could share with us?
Well, I met him at the Rainbow.
Right.
I was working there at the time, and he had just he had joined Rainbow. They had done the first album, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, but they had not toured yet, and they were there, and Richie invited me up to a party, and I went to a party up at his house, and Ronnie followed me around, and I thought, too short for me. So anyway, he continued following me around, and then we went, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, so a bunch of us went down to Denny's for breakfast.
Nice.
And then he said, you want to go for a ride to Malibu? I said, okay, see the sunrise. So we did. I fell in love with his brain, and then we started talking and stuff. We went out for a couple of weeks, and then he went on the road. And I thought that, that was the end of it. Then he called me and said, quit your job and come. And I said,
wow.
I can't quit my job, but I'll come for a couple of weeks. And I went for the rest of my life.
There you go. You gotta just take a chance, and like that's why we're here today, for this legacy. Thank you, Wendy, so much for keeping his name alive.
Thank you.
For bringing us together for all a good cause. Early detection, cancer research is very, very important.
Very important.
Dr. Sandeep Kapoor here. When Ronnie came into your life, as far as like what was going on with him, did it change your perspective as far as rock and roll and metal, or were you already a metalhead?
No, I actually fell in love with it because of the spirit and the way he approached it. He was a legend, and I had no idea. So I really was, my eyes opened up to the whole rock and roll world, and it was the people that I met alongside the people that formed the board that is part of this cancer whole legacy were wonderful people that I call my family now. And so they're all people surrounding Wendy, their family, to us, and they have carried this through. This is why we have been so successful with the fans and everybody to raise money to end cancer and get prevention. This is what Ronnie would have wanted. That's what he told me. He said, hey, I wish I would have done something earlier to figure this out, because look what it's causing. It's causing all this misery. And so his legacy is why we're here, is to be able to stop cancer before it starts.
We all collectively say, fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer. Dr. Sandeep Kapoor, Wendy Dio, thank you so much for your time. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Real quick, share one of your favorite Dio moments, whether it was like being around him in the room or seeing him live, or the first time that you heard Dio music.
Wow, he was always super generous with his time and really, really sweet to me, and when I was a kid, and he didn't have any reason to do that. So I'll always remember that. Always.
Dude, my first song I ever played live was Rainbow in the Dark with my band when I was a kid, and I got to tour with Ronnie in 2001, and he was killer, awesome. Every day we hung out, catering, very good guy, always awesome.
Still the best. Look.
Yes.
Look, this is it. Yeah, that's it. That's all you need right there.
Ronnie James Dio, last in line. We were talking about that earlier.
No, I grew up on Dio.
Yeah, we all grew up.
I think we all did. It totally moved us in every way, and like that's why we're here today. for this great event. What do you have to say as far as being here with for the BOWL for Ronnie in 2023?
Oh, Wendy's great, and it's great to help and bring awareness and help, other people with the same issues, and we're here to support everybody.
Now, you guys have anything coming up that you guys want to put out there and promote?
Working all the time. We're working on an OnlyFans site.
You follow me, I'll follow you back.
All right. We got to make some fucking money.
I'm editing Jerry's, he's editing mine.
Possible new record, maybe a new record, more record next year. And touring like bastards. And
good. Out playing live shows.
Hopefully new record.
It probably has to feel great to be back on the road now. Like, after things were like not happening and being back on the road and doing shows, must feel great.
Absolutely. Live audiences. Go see more live music.
Support live music.
Without a doubt.
Definitely.
It's a privilege to be here, honestly.
Yes.
This is the first time I've been able to come because we've been playing so much. When I realized we had this off, I honestly got a hold of everybody like, look,
That was killer.
we're off. Let's make this happen.
It was. And thank you so much for that.
No, it's our pleasure and our privilege to do this, honestly.
I know. Thank you so much. Well, cheers, guys, and good luck on the road. Be safe.
Have a great night.
Thank you, guys.
Indeed. And how did it shape you as far as like when you met Ronnie, or like, from the whole process that he was going through this process, and then up to here, and now you're at these charity events that Wendy puts on for that same cause?
It's immensely motivational knowing what Ronnie went through, and perhaps in terms of what we do, the ability of perhaps having the ability to detect the disease early as possible, where it could be a cure.
Right.
That's what we're looking forward to, and that's the inspiring aspect of being here, and to echo that cause, and we're going to make that happen.
And were you a big rock and roll fan before Ronnie James Dio?
Well, you can tell, right? So, no.
Looks don't have to do anything with it.
Absolutely, but my colleagues are here, and they all love his work, and so do I. Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta love Ronnie James. Dr. David Wong, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for all you do for cancer research. And, if I could say this, fuck cancer. Like you said, detect it well, early tests, and then like I've known a lot of people, I've had family that have suffered through that stuff, and I appreciate you so much. So thank you for your work.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Megadeth. Throwing down tonight and some bowling. Are you guys ready to get your bowl on?
Hell yeah, man. We've been practicing. We
haven't been practicing at all. We haven't practiced even once. You guys have been playing a lot. How does it feel to be like just taking a little bit of a break for a good cause tonight?
This is the best, man. I've been trying to get to one of these for years now. This is the first chance I've had, and of course I had to bring Dirk along because we need somebody who can actually bowl.
Exactly.
No, this is
the secret weapon.
The Ronnie James Dio Foundation, they raise money for cancer research in tandem with TJ Martell. Not just that, but AIDS research, leukemia.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so important, and just to be able to come here and just throw a ball and help raise money, it's a great honor.
For a good cause, and thanks you to Ronnie James Dio, his legacy, and Wendy for bringing us together for a good cause. Was there a time that, like, when cancer kind of affected your lives, and whether it was a family member or somebody you knew?
There's no one who that cancer hasn't affected.
Right?
Honestly,
Exactly.
I mean, I've unfortunately got a whole handful.
Yeah, I lost my mom to cancer in 2016, which is the same year I started playing with Megadeth. So, I think we all,
And
like James
interestingly
said,
enough, our fearless leader, who is fearless, he's in the remission.
exactly.
And I'm sorry about your mother. Like that really hits home. I lost my brother to cancer as well, and it's, when it hits your own blood, it's like it's not hard to. It's so hard to just fathom that. Right.
Yeah.
So what's in the works for Megadeth?
More touring, lots more touring.
South America, here we come.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The Latin American crowd loves their thrash metal, loves Megadeth.
Oh,
We
yeah.
love South America, man.
Oh, yeah. We haven't been in a while, too, so it's going to be really fun to be back. Yeah.
How does it feel to be back on the road and doing shows again in front of people?
It's amazing. You take it for granted until, the pandemic hits and you're home for 2 years. And then you realize that, wow, it's really cool what we do, So I've been enjoying it even more since.
Yeah, the shows have been great, too, because it's like we've all been shot out of this weird cannon.
Right.
Everybody's like, okay, go, boom!
Like a starting gate, you're just like, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been fantastic, yeah.
Much appreciated. Yesterday was National Drummer Day, so much love. We got to show appreciatory love. Yeah.
Likewise.
And thank you for your time. Again, Ronnie James Dio, BOWL for Ronnie 2023. Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
We are with producer engineer Win Davis here. Welcome to the 2023 BOWL for Ronnie event. Are you ready to get your bowl on tonight?
Well, I'm not bowling tonight, but I'm going to watch.
You're gonna watch?
Everybody bowl, and it's great to be here. Great turnout. Thanks for coming. I know that Ronnie would really appreciate it.
I think so. We're all here for his name, the support that him and Wendy have given back to cancer research. But has cancer affected your life in any way?
Well, yeah, it took him. Yeah, so, and one of the last things he said to me was, don't worry, man, I'm gonna beat this. And my feeling is, after everything that I've learned about it, is that if they found it sooner, he might have.
Sure.
He'd still be here.
I believe that.
Singing his ass off. Yeah.
When was the first time that Dio came into your life, and how did he touch your heart?
Well, so many times, but when the first time he came into my life was when we started recording Angry Machines. It was after his, classic period, but he was the hardest working guy. He was the first rock and roll singer that I ever met who I felt deserved every single bit of love he was getting from his fans. The guy walked through the door exactly on time every day. Anytime you asked him, hey, you ready to do a vocal? He'd go, yeah, let's go. Never any of this, do you have any tea and lemon or, do you... No.
Right.
It was like, let's go.
Right.
Always.
Very good.
And, everybody who ever loved him, when you grow up idolizing rock stars, a lot of times when you meet them, you get your heart broken. But Ronnie was not that guy, man. He was everything that you would want him to be.
That's the one common factor that I hear, how much of a humble person he is. The definition of humble.
And kind.
And kind.
And genuine.
That's right.
Yeah.
And between Wendy and him have a history of giving back to the community. And I still to this day, they're still giving back. And I love that he brings us together under these circumstances.
Yeah.
So anything you want to tell the fans of your work, his work, people that are going through the difficulty of cancer, you want to reach out to KAC.com?
Yeah, hang on. Hang in there. Take care of yourselves. We have some really great stuff coming. Stuff that people haven't heard yet from Ronnie. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. Have a great night.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Mr. Sarzo here. You have a long history with KNAC. You know the name KNAC, right?
Oh, gosh, yeah. We go way back.
Go way back. Tell us about the first time that you heard of Ronnie James Dio, his name, his voice. How did it grab your heart?
Well, his voice grabbed my heart and my attention. Great songwriter, great vocalist, great frontman, great leader. Love him. Yeah.
And we're here for a great cause, the BOWL for Ronnie 2023. Are you ready to get your bowl on tonight?
Oh, yeah. I used to live in New Jersey. Actually, it's my son, RJ. He's the creator of Retune products, health and wellness for musicians.
Retune
Wellness.
Retune Wellness.
Yeah, let him know a little bit more about it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, we've been on NAMM 2 years. This is going to be our third year. It was developed and built by Rudy Sarzo, my uncle, my father, Simon Wright. You name it, Sean McNabb. We have a hell of an all-star R&D team, and it's built by musicians for musicians. It's the first of its kind. No one's ever built a product line for musicians, solely focused, and that's what it is. And it brings
what is that? What's the product, or tell us more about it?
So we have a Singer's Life vocal throat spray, which Tammy from Faster Pussycat absolutely loves and adores. He says he made it through his entire leg of his tour with no raspiness. So it brings down the inflammation in your throat, allows you to sing for 4 to 5 hours with no irritation. We got the rock and roll on and the performance after cream. So yeah,
you're gonna put honey and tea out of business.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That only lasts for an hour. So.
There you go.
It works great. I use it every day. My brother uses it every day. all the ambassadors using it every day, and people that when we were at NAB and we were sitting there doing the signing, people came up and they were thanking us from the year before because they got the product and it's really helping them.
We're raffling 2 gift baskets tonight, so make sure you get some tickets. Very, very cool.
I'm at venues and I have singers walk up to me and tell me how great the product is. That's helping them sing.
Hey!
Yeah, they're like, oh wow, that's great. Yeah, it's helping
and
me too.
KNAC did a whole entire write-up about retail wellness. It came out about 3 weeks ago.
Very cool. We'll definitely include that in the details of the video so everybody can reference that. I appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody thanks you for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Not to sound militant, but thank you for your service as well. You know, long history with rock and roll and metal, and who was one of the influences early on when you were getting into music as a musician? Who were your early influences?
Jimi Hendrix, I saw him. I snuck in. Grand Funk, Led Zeppelin, the Beach Boys. I mean, so many, a lot, very diverse. I mean, I listened to Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, the Bee Gees, you name it. I mean, even disco, James Brown. You know, I love jazz. Yeah, I love jazz. I like fusion, John McLaughlin, Al Di Meola. You know, so yeah, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page. I mean, I can go on and on and on. Yeah. So when I write songs, I mean, all these materials of the past that I have listened to in my past, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, you know, they actually talk to me. So when I'm writing, I'm tapping into what they have created.
Exactly.
That's how I do it, you know. And I write music every day.
Very good, very good. Do you have anything else coming out, like a future, you want to promote on the
Well, the Hurricane, we just dropped a new record. And I have a new lineup coming out also with the band. But the record was just released on Escape Music and Deco Entertainment. And it's released worldwide. It was dropped on August 25th. So I can't wait to go back out, you know, this year and tour the material.
Very, very cool. Have you been back on tour since stuff has happened? How does it feel to be back on the stage
yeah. You know, the reason you put on a record is because you want to go out and you want to perform the new song. Right. So it's 11 songs in the album. It's called Reconnected.
Okay, we'll look for that information and we'll try and have it on KNAC.com. Get that information. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. Thank you. And good luck tonight.
Definitely.
Cheers.
Great seeing you.
Likewise. Britt Liney, Sean McNabb.
Hi.
This pairing, I had to stop and get a word with you. Welcome to the 2023 BOWL for Ronnie event. Tell us in your words, what do you want to say to Ronnie James Dio, to Wendy Dio, for bringing us together for this great event?
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, it's an amazing event. Thank you so much for bringing everybody together to support an incredible cause. Just really happy to be a part of it. And going to kick some ass on the bowling lanes today.
Oh, there you go.
This is our ringer right here on our lane.
The secret weapon.
She bowls nothing but strikes.
Very, very cool. What was the first time that you heard of Ronnie James Dio? How did it impact you? How did it grab your heart?
I was 21 years old. I got in Quiet Riot. She managed Paul Shortino. I met Ronnie and Wendy at their office, and the rest is kind of history. I watched him. He was a father figure for me. I saw how he carried himself, and I was like, yeah, that's how I want to be. You know?
Such an energy coming off of him, right?
Oh, my God, just the best energy.
Yeah, no words for that. How about you, Britt?
Oh, yeah, same. When I was a teenager, I discovered Dio and was a huge fan. And when I discovered, this, I was just like, he's the god. And later on, I was able to meet him a couple times and see him perform. And I always so humble and so just caring and never acted like the huge rock star that he was.
Right. That's what I always hear is the most humbling person, the definition of humility, right?
Yeah, if you can aspire to be anything, be like Ronnie.
Yeah, and he would totally motivate you through his music, his words, his energy on stage.
Yeah.
So, what's going on with Vixen?
Okay, we just released a new single and a new music video called Red. And we're heading out to Mexico City in a couple weeks to do the Life After Death Horror Festival, 3-day festival down there. And then we have a busy run next year coming up with touring and doing a lot of shows with the 80s Invasion package, which is with Stephen Piercy and Quiet Riot and Slaughter, Great White. So we got a busy 2024.
Very, very cool. It feels good to be back on the road, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, love it.
How about you, Sean? What do you have going on that you want to tell the fans about?
I got 3 movies coming out. Road to Terzetto, we wrote. We're winning some film fest. Another movie called Rock Bottom, and I'm in a movie called Jade with Mickey Rourke. But ZO2 has a new single coming out, a new record. It's a re-release release, I can't say that, with 2 new tracks and a couple other things I'm involved with, the Rhino Bucket and some other things. But go see Vixen, they kick ass.
No, yeah, definitely on my list, yeah. So thank you so much, Sean McNabb, Britt Lightning right here. 2023 BOWL for Ronnie event. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Cheers. Pleasure. Juan Garcia, Body Count BC in the house. We are here for the 2023 BOWL for Ronnie. Are you ready to get your bowl on tonight?
I am ready, man. I'm ready.
Very good, very good. What was the first time that you heard Ronnie James Dio's name and his music? How did it grab you?
From Rainbow.
Rainbow.
Yeah, the early records with Rainbow, and his debut album was amazing. Totally amazing.
Very good. Are you the kind of like likes his Rainbow stuff more, or the Black Sabbath more, or his like original like solo stuff?
Well,
there's no wrong answer.
No, there is no wrong answer.
There's no wrong answer.
All his stuff is great, honestly. You know, Heaven and Hell, of course. You know, that's classics. The Rainbow stuff is amazing, and of course the debut album is, and the Last Line as well.
Totally. And we're here for a great cause.
Yep.
Cancer research. Make sure you get early detected. We're telling everybody that. And what's going on with BC?
BC Body Count with IC is coming out with a new record called Merciless. It's being mixed starting in a couple weeks when our producer gets back from being on the road. His name's Will Putney. He's going to be mixing the record, and look for it in probably June, sometime 2024.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Not sure exact date, but it's got to be planned out.
Nice. And stay tuned to KNAC.com. We're going to have all that information. I'm sure a tour is going to be in the works for that as well.
Yeah, we're doing Rock am Ring and Rock am Park in Germany, and then also we're doing all of June all throughout Europe.
Right.
And also been working on a new Evil Dead record right now.
Evil Dead.
Yeah, my thrash album.
Right.
And we're playing out with Possessed in Pomona in December.
That's right. You're doing a bit of a West Coast tour.
Yeah,
Right.
we're doing some shows with them, yeah.
Very, very cool. Go check that out in your local city. Juan Garcia, Evil Dead, Body Count. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for KNEC and all the stuff you guys do. I'm good friends with Will. Shout out to DJ Will.
He's upstairs right now.
Thank you.
KNAC.com. Patrick Innocent, Martin of the Lita Ford Band. Brother, it's great to see you. You guys, thanks for coming out for the 2023 BOWL for Ronnie event. I'm asking everybody this question. When was the first time that you heard of Ronnie's name and his voice, and how did it touch you?
Definitely the Rainbow Rising album.
Rainbow Rising, for sure.
Yeah, we were in single digits.
Last in Line record came out. That was amazing. Good shit.
The only guy that could outdo Ozzy at the time, I guess.
Yeah. Sabbath too, of course.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
I love that era. That was a great era.
Rainbow Rising. That's still the real deal. That's like its own Back in Black.
Yeah. It's good shit. Yeah.
Now, Patrick, I just had a chance to talk to Nikki. Apocrypha just came out. You contributed. The power couple here, seriously.
Me and Martin are the power couple.
Didn't know about this.
She told us a lot of information about the record. Tell us your thoughts about the record.
It was exciting to do it. We had done a short EP in 2019, and she said, I want to do a whole full-length album, and I have almost all the songs done. So it was connect the dots for me. I just helped her finish writing, and I told her, I said, if you want to sound like somebody who's not a guitar player singing, but rather a singer that can play guitar, I'm your man. And so after playing with a lot of singers like we all have, I was like, it's all about confidence. So 90% confidence, about 10% ability. Unless you're David Lee Roth, it's about 98% confidence, 2% ability.
Yeah.
You decide.
And Patrick and I have a little bit of a history. We got to share the stage together on various nights weekly, and thank you so much for that.
Dude, it's always good.
From that, I met many great people, but few that I can call friends, and I'm glad that I can call you a friend. A little spoiler, what's going on with you and the Lita Ford Band?
Oh, we got a lot of we got a new record in the works, and it's finally coming out, which is awesome. And there's a ton of shows coming up, and we're kicking on all cylinders right now. It's really good. We're super tight, and the band gets along great and everything. So it's good shit. Yeah.
And you're relatively the new guy here. So
yeah. It's funny, but it's almost like 2 years now. But I'm still the new guy, and I'm always probably gonna be the new guy. But yeah, we're rocking. I mean, we kind of know each other from before.
He fit right in. 2 seconds.
You guys known each other for a while.
Well, yeah. 2 seconds after Marty O'Brien says, "I know the perfect guy," it was done.
Yeah. So we're all. It's a close-knit business. We all love each other. And there's this guy right here too.
Yeah. The longest hair in this side of the country.
On this side of my body.
Arrow Black right here.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Interview Crasher. Hey.
Yeah.
That's okay, man. That's all right. That's what we do here. But the BOWL for Ronnie 2023. Do you have any words for the fans out there as far as like, you know, doing their cancer research or just here for the good cause?
It's all love. It feels like love from the second we get in here till we leave. I don't know. I think the world has been so hateful. All of us come out and we're like, no, there's love.
Yeah.
Fuck the hate. There's love here.
Right.
Yeah, it's a close-knit community. Keep supporting your bands. Keep coming to shows, you know. You got to keep it going, you know, so it's all good.
Love, like this guy.
Hey, imagine a world without music. Well, we had that during the pandemic, so it's back officially, 100%. So stand up and shout.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get out there.
Yeah.
Because you don't know when's the last time you're going to see them. So
That's
get
right.
out there. Be out there. Cheers. Y'all have a good luck tonight.
Thank you, Francisco.
All right? Very good to see you, bro. Those first few LA Gun records really, like, you know, shook me back in the day.
Yeah,
My brother
exactly.
introduced me to that stuff.
I've been with them since Phil and Tracy reunited about 6 years ago,
Yeah.
but I was a fan as a kid.
Right.
So it's, you know, it's an honor to be playing with those guys. You know,
You
so
guys are about to hit the road again?
we're going to hit the road again. We have some one-offs around the holidays, and then we start up again in January. We're doing a festival in Key West in January, and then February we start up, and you never know, there might be another Tom Kiefer LA Guns tour in the works in early 2024. So
Very good. Was there a time, or describe to us, what was the first initial moment that, like, the name Ronnie James Dio and his voice kind of came into your life and how it grabbed your heart?
Well, I had only known Paranoid as a kid. I think I was about 12 years old when I got into Sabbath, and that's around the time Heaven and Hell came out. And when I heard that voice, it blew me away, and I got to be quite honest, my favorite Black Sabbath songs are of the Dio era.
Sure.
Neon Nights and Turn Up the Night. And I got to see the Mob Rules tour. It was the second major concert I ever went to. So I got to see, I just did Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp with Vinny Appice, and I was telling him the story of seeing the Mob Rules tour. Hey, Sean, this is my drummer, Sean.
How you doing, Sean? Let's go with KNAC right here. Just giving us a story about Ronnie James Dio and how we first heard him.
Right, but I was talking to Vinny about that tour, the Mob Rules tour. They played the Forum, and they had the Outlaws opening up, which was, you know, it shocked everybody because, you know, at that time, you know, metal just only played with metal, you know, so... but that was the first time I ever saw Ronnie James Dio live, and it was the first of many other times, and I got to meet him a couple times through the years over at certain rehearsal studios, and he was just a nice man.
That's what I hear.
You know, and his voice touched my heart as a kid, and then him as a human being touched me later as a grown-up.
Very, very cool.
So,
thank you again, LA
awesome.
Guns.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for coming through your town. Cheers. Good
to
luck
meet
tonight.
you. All right, thank you.
KNAC.com meets KLOS right here.
Yeah.
Stu and Marcy.
I've come full circle.
Yeah, right? This guy.
Dude, I was there at KNAC.com the day we just got, you know, started. I guess it was streaming 1997 or 8. Yeah, it was in an old dilapidated building, still in Long Beach, close by the airport, and all the old cats were there. Thrasher, Gonzo, I think Remy was there, Crazy Craig was there, all the old FM guys. Yeah.
I love running into people that know, like, the name KNAC because they always have some great, amazing stories. Between KLOS and KNAC, I don't think, like, the rock and metal world would have grabbed the Los Angeles area.
In LA, yeah, man. KLOS and KMET kicked it off, started it all. I used to listen to Jim Ladd on the Mighty Metal. What was it? Yeah, Mighty Metal.
Yeah.
And KLOS was first with Motley Crue, first with Great White, you know, the old school stuff. And then KNAC kind of came in and said, you know, excuse us, we'll take this from here. But,
Make it a little heavier,
Yeah, for sure.
But KLOS is still around, still doing its part. And it's events like this that I think also is doing its part, giving back to the community. I've been asking this to everybody all night. When did Ronnie James Dio come into your heart, in your ears, in your heart? Like, do you have a memory of, like, when he impacted you?
I was probably 10 years old. He was in town. My brother was working at a hotel. He called my mom and he said, Dio's here. So she put me in the car. We went. I met Dio. I met Ronnie.
Really?
When I was that young. And he was, I mean, hands down, nicest guy in rock and roll.
That's what I hear. Everybody has a common thing, like, he's the nicest guy, most humblest guy.
Yeah, turned me onto it at that point. I had it on vinyl, you know, I had Dio and I just listened to it on, huge impact on me for sure.
I'm trying to think what that seminal moment for me was. it was like one of those voices that was kind of always there, and I never realized, I didn't know who it belonged to. And then I think it was probably either Heaven and Hell, and I kind of started having an inkling, like, oh, that's the voice of Ronnie James Dio. Oh, that's what I've been hearing all these years. And then, like, once the Dio record came out, I was 15, and I was just all in, jump in, the deep end, all the way. And I met him. He came to KNAC for interviews around the time of Lock Up the Wolves, and he was very funny, very dry, but super cool. And, like, I mean, how could you not love Ronnie James Dio? He was just the greatest.
Incredible. Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by and talking to us. Stuart Morrissey, KLOS.
Thanks for having us.
2023 BOWL for Ronnie. You know the name KNAC.
I do.
Armored Saint was like always being played on the radio.
Over the Edge back in the day. It was awesome.
Do you have like any special story about KNAC?
Wow. Okay, I do have a special story at KNAC. Okay, so there was they used to do like tie-ins with the Red Onion. Remember that place?
Yeah.
It was like a pretty crappy Mexican restaurant, but for some reason
it was a happening spot.
But it was a happening spot. I don't remember, somewhere in Orange County. And then cut to an Armored Saint show at the Whiskey, I don't know how many years later, and this guy was like yelling in the crowd, Red Onion! Red Onion! I guess we hung out at Red Onion, I mean, because I was probably hammered out of my mind, and you know, because that's what you did there, right? Went and partied.
Just go party.
And so he was, it was KNAC nights at Red Onion, and he was going crazy, probably a little too rambunctious, and then security was going to kick him out. Oh, wow. And then I was like, stop, hold on. You can't kick out Red Onion. You can't kick out Red Onion. Leave him be. And so they let him go, and then the crowd responded. And so I would think that's a funny association with KNAC.
You're here, the legend, John Bush, amazing vocalist. How, as a vocalist, did Ronnie James Dio inspire you? When was the first time you heard his music? Like, what did it do for you?
Wow. Well, I mean, you know, I'd say I certainly emulated his style many, many times in many different ways. I mean, I was a huge Rainbow fan. I mean, especially Rainbow Rising, Long Live Rock and Roll. Those records were incredible. And then he went on to obviously do Sabbath, which was, you know, Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules are phenomenal records. And then he did his own thing. And, you know, I saw Dio opening for Aerosmith 1983, I guess it was 83, San Diego Sports Arena. It was done with mirrors, I think, which was... Oh, no. It was Rockin' a Hard Place for Aerosmith, which is not one of their, like, finer moments. And it was Dio's first record. It was Holy Diver. And he was amazing. And then Aerosmith came on and it was, like, kind of a little tough.
Coming off the stage, his energy probably like just phenomenal.
It was, and it was his first solo album. So I mean, of course, I love Aerosmith. No one's better than Steven Tyler in the world. But you know, that was not one of their finer tours, and Dio opening was a pretty rough thing to follow. Right. And but you know, I saw Sabbath at L.A. Coliseum. Forget the name of that festival. First, it was Heaven and Hell. And they were touring. It was weird because they went on about like 5 in the afternoon, and it was blazing hot in the summer, but yet it was Sabbath, and it was like weird, kind of.
At San Bernardino?
No, it was at the Coliseum, the LA Coliseum, yeah. Okay. I think it was Journey and Cheap Trick, and then Sabbath was under them, which is weird. But and anyway, I mean, I love, you know, and then Armored Saint toured with Dio, Anthrax, when I was in the Anthrax, we toured with Dio, so I did a couple tours touring with Ronnie, and you know, he's Ronnie, man, forget about it.
He's a metal god and will always live forever. We're here for a good cause, the BOWL for Ronnie, 2023, John Bush, I am. You mentioned Anthrax. I've always wanted to ask you, you got to work with Dimebag Darrell.
I did, yes.
Stomp 442, which is like one of my favorite records of yours, besides
thank you very much.
Besides Sounds of White Noise, but tell us about Dimebag a little bit.
It was awesome because Danny Spitz left Anthrax after Sound of White Noise, so we kind of went through a couple years where Paul Crook toured with us and did some solo stuff with us as far as solos, but we didn't really have like an official lead guitar player, so Dimebag kind of came in and did a couple leads on not only Stomp but also Volume 8, and it was amazing. He did Cadillac Rock Box, which was on Volume, he did King Size, which is on Stomp, and you know, you know, it's Dimebag, man. And then we toured with them when I was in Anthrax, a couple tours, Great Southern Trendkill, and you know, my liver, we survived. I don't know how, but you know, it was like you gotta you got to keep up, and it was a lot of fun. But very jovial human being and extremely talented, and it's a big loss for the heavy metal community for both losing Dimebag and Ronnie.
Vinnie Paul, Ronnie James Dio.
I mean, it's just
we gotta keep these legends alive somehow in our memories and our music as well.
Exactly.
And I'm sure like Armored Saint has been like largely influenced by him. What's going on with Armored Saint right now?
Armored Saint's writing some new songs, but we're actually going to go out. We just announced a tour with Queensryche in March and April and May. Nice. So it's going to be great. You know, we love touring with those guys. We did a tour back in like 2016. And it was great. You know, an amazing band, of course, needless to say, and it'll be a great tour. And we did the Wasp tour a year and a half ago, and it was amazing, touring with Blackie, and that was a lot of fun too. So we're busy. We got a lot of stuff going on, and it'll be cool.
Information on KNAC.com. John Bush, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for all the support and all the love through the years. Appreciate it.
Of course. Good luck tonight.
All right, son. Tonight's my normal basketball night. If I was playing basketball, I would do pretty good.
All right.
Bowling?
Mr. Boots Electric right here. Jesse Hughes, Eagles of Death Metal. How you doing, sir, today?
Excellent. Ready to bowl.
Ready to bowl? You got your bowling shirt on and everything?
I got my
the whole
bowling outfit on. And I made
this
this one for Wendy.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. Very, very
So
cool.
she could be a gutter ghoul.
And I was asking this to everybody tonight. What was the first reaction, or what was the emotions going through you when you first heard of Ronnie James Dio and his name and his voice?
Well, you know, I was scared, quite frankly.
Wow, that's a first.
In a cool way, but rock and roll scared me when I was a kid.
There you go.
You know, and you have this one image, you know, you have the image, the graphics, which are so intense, but then you hear the voice, and there's kindness in there, and there's kind of like a beauty into it. So it invited me in.
Right.
And it's pretty awesome when a bunch of dirt heads like me have someone like as musically talented and as godlike as Ronnie James Dio to aspire to.
Totally.
And then even after life, even in his passing, he's still immortal and still here. And what a beautiful thing that his wife did. What a beautiful and wonderful testament to love. I mean, right now you're in the midst of one of the grandest testaments to it's a love story, eternal. Even when one partner has gone on to the other side, the one remains. And I mean, you can't get any cooler than that.
No, it keeps his name and legacy alive. And I had a chance to talk to her earlier, and I could still feel the love that she's talking about.
It's there, and that's what rock and roll is, in my opinion.
Right, totally.
It's everyone looking out for each other. It's the ultimate Americanism, but that's kind of how I feel about it. You know, there's so much craziness going on. The one thing that endures, the one thing that keeps the machine going is the rock and the roll.
Sure. I appreciate that, and like you said it best, man. I couldn't say it any better. Like rock and roll, Ronnie James Dio brings us together under sometimes some sad circumstances, but we come together as a community to support each other.
And then this helps people for real, and I know it does.
Yeah.
It actually helps people, and it's genuine and real. And what a beautiful legacy.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Right, totally. Boots Electric, I've seen your act a couple of times out in right here in LA at the House of Machines. If you remember that
that's
spot.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I love that place.
Yeah, unfortunately it closed down.
I lost a guitar there, and when it closed down, they found it under the stage.
No shit.
Talk about, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
For like 8 months, I was like, under the stage.
Wow. Shit, man. But that was a cool spot, House of Machines, and the Arts District in downtown LA was a really cool venue. What's going on with Eagles of Death Metal, or what are you doing musically? What's going on?
Well, now that Queens is on tour and they've finished their album, Josh and I will begin to record the Eagles album.
Awesome.
But you know, I always stay busy. I've been putting out cover albums, doing scores. I constantly play in LA just whenever I want to.
Right.
Because sleep when you die. Even the worst blowjob's still amazing. That's the right attitude. And sleep when you die.
Yeah. And it's like cold pizza. There's no such thing as bad pizza, cold or warm.
But the blowjob's cooler. Artistically speaking.
I have to agree with that. Yes. Cheers to that. Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, brother.
Good time.